Hey everyone, you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77. And when we return, I have the Holy Stone HS161. This is a little foldable selfie drone. This one's got the 1080p camera. It's got Wi-Fi FPV. You got the optical flow, and then of course you got the camera, and then it's got flashlight built in, which you see right here. We'll look at that in a moment. Plus two, you can actually charge your cell phone with this drone. So, alright, when we come back, let me get everything out of the box and we'll see what it looks like inside. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back you guys. Hey, so far I got everything out of the box. We have the drone, we have the controller. Looks like you got the nice instruction manual, which Holy Stone always does a great job on that. Give you all the details and what app you need to use to run that 1080p camera in here. Got a little caution book here, and plus two, Holy Stone is always known for their little notebook here. So they provide that little notebook here for you to jot down notes or codes or whatever you need to do. So we got 4 propeller guards here, which I'll show you how those snap on in just a moment. You got the micro C USB charger here. That will charge the controller right here on the back. That'll charge the controller and the drone itself, which I'll show you on the battery here. Also you have card reader that they provide, because they provide SD card for you. I believe it's 8 gigabytes, but we'll look. It's inside the drone already. Got your little screwdriver and the 4 propellers and the propeller removal tools. So alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the drone. I'm going to go ahead and just got a little clip right here. See if I get focused in. You just pull that back, lift up on it. Alright, and the battery here, I believe this one's 1000 milliamp. Here we go. It is 3.7 volt, 1000 milliamp. So pretty good size little battery. It's supposed to give probably about 10 minutes of flight. Also, this thing is designed as well to be a flashlight. So let me put this in here, put the battery back in to show you how that works. Okay, that just snaps in like that. So you have a switch right here. That is for the flashlight. So that's pretty crazy. I never seen anything like that. So you can turn on and off the flashlight just by this little power button. But you don't need that on to turn the drone on. Here's your 1080p camera, which I believe is only 24 frames per second on that. And you can tilt that down, so you only get a little bit of a pitch up and down, so it's not very much. But this thing's designed just to be a selfie drone, you guys. So this thing ain't going to be no top flyer. So don't expect it to be fast or anything like that. They have this program just to be a slow flyer, even in its third rate of speed. That way it keeps it smooth to be able to take photos or video. So this thing is multifunction, so you can actually hand hold this. You can actually press the record button, hold it down. First you want to, here's the power button first, so you want to hold that down, you power it on. So if I want to go walk around, just shoot some 1080p film, you can actually just hold this down for a second there. Now it's flashing. It's letting me know that it's recording. So I can record like that, and then hold it for a second again, and it should stop it. There you go. One press will be picture. You can see how it flashed a few times like that. So it snapped the picture. So that's the multifunction of this. Also, you can charge your mobile device. So you can either charge your phone or your tablet, and it actually has a little micro C plug here as well. So, which is pretty cool. So I'll show you how that works for the charger here. Okay, so I grabbed my cell phone here, and it is definitely hot today. It's 95. It's going to be 103 degrees today, so I'm going to do this unboxing first, and then hopefully this thing says it can handle up to 104 degree temperature, and that's 41 degrees Celsius for those outside of the United States. So anyways, let's go ahead and plug this in and see if this charges. I'm going to plug in my charge cable here. Alright, that's plugged in there, and let's take a look here and let's see if we can get focused in here. There we go. Okay, yep, it is charging right there. You can see on my battery it is charging, so I guess it's good enough for one charge of your cell phone. As far as I know, I haven't tested it all the way out, but you should be able to charge that, so that should be no problem at all, which is kind of cool. I never seen anything like that, to be honest with you, so that's definitely different. So definitely got multi-functions here. So like I said, you got flashlight, you got charging, you can handhold for camera or video, and then of course we're gonna fold it out to the drone. And it's brushed motors, so it is not brushless, it's brushed motors. And the micro SD card is up in here, which is kind of hard to get to. So alright, I just pressed it. Alright, it popped out. Yeah, it's 8 gigabytes, so you can see the 8 there. So that one is kind of hard to get to, you guys, so you'll probably have to press it out and then maybe tap it on the side to get the card out. So, or if you have a little pair of tweezers or something, you could probably get in there and pull it out. But I recommend getting a piece of tape and taping on each side and sticking it together, so that way you can just pull it out, and that'll work as well too. So that way you're not struggling with it or breaking the card trying to use tweezers. So that's what I recommend, putting a piece of tape, one on each side there, and sticking it together. That way you have a pull tab. So anyways, alright, let's take a quick look at the controller here. The controller here is pretty basic, like their other models that they have, like the GPS drones they have. Usually this says GPS if it's GPS, but this one is non-GPS. This is altitude hold. So got your phone holder here, so you can adjust, pretty good size. So there's a phone holder. Right here you have rates of speed. So it has 3 rates of speed. Also, if you hold this down for about 3 seconds, that will turn on or off the altitude hold, which the optical flow sensor, excuse me, it'll turn off the optical flow sensor, which is right here. It's a really tiny pin camera, so you can shut off the optical flow camera. So that way, and once you do that, and I'll show you out there in the flight, once you hold that down and shut that off, the drone will actually kind of float. When you're going forward and you let off, the drone will just stay kind of floating, going the direction you're going. But when you hold it down and turn the camera optical flow sensor back on, then you go forward and you let off, it will kind of break, just like kind of like a GPS drone. So it will find its holding and stay there. So but right here we have the calibration button. So when you turn this on, you want to turn that on, the power button, turn the drone on. We're going to link it up, down. That will link the drone. Okay, so then when you go to calibrate it, it's actually, you can actually calibrate it like this. Let's see, oh, excuse me, it's the inside. You can calibrate it like that, and it'll calibrate the gyros, or it actually has a button right here. Just hold that and it'll calibrate the drone. So it's got a calibration button here. You got your 1 key takeoff, 1 key to land. You cannot start the motors up from the controller. You have to do the automatic takeoff for it to start. So we scoot it back a bit, press it once and it starts off. If you don't go and run it in a few seconds here, it'll automatically shut down on its own, or you could just press the automatic land button and it'll shut down. You have your trim buttons here. You got headless mode. If you press that, it'll sit there and beep, let you know it's in headless mode. Then you press it again, it'll do a double beep to show that you canceled it. Okay, and you got your record button. Hold it for a few seconds and it'll start recording, but please make sure you hold it for a few seconds again to shut the video back down, especially before the battery dies. which this has a safe fail on here to where the battery gets low, the controller will start beeping. It gives you about a minute or so to land it and to be able to shut the camera off so you do not corrupt the video and lose your video that you recorded. So, but that's basically it, you guys. Nothing else special on here. Back here is just another deal to must be like another function, maybe for another drone that they may use this controller for. So there was one more thing I wanted to show you before I go out for the flight, is actually how to put the prop guards on. That's what I wanted to show before I took off out there. But they just snap on like so. That's it. Just snaps on. They don't screw down or nothing. So you can snap those on for beginners, so that way you don't chew up the propellers. But I'm going to go without them, you guys. So, but anyways, let me pop these back off and let's get out there and go for a flight. So stay tuned for that. Alright, you guys, I'm out here with the HS161. We're going to do a test flight. I got my phone fired up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the drone on and get this linked up to the controller. So up, down. Now we're linked. I'm going to go into the Wi-Fi settings so we can connect to Wi-Fi, and I suggest to use a decent phone because I've tried Android, which I'll show you in a moment, and it has some serious lag, at least with the Stylo 3 I have. So I'm going to use my iPhone 5. I tested it and the lag is very minimum, so which is good. Okay, we connected to Holy Stone FPV 68A1, and then it gives you some other numbers and letters. So let me get out of that. Let me get back over to the app. Okay, so the app you want to use, this one is HS Easy Fly. So I'm gonna get on that. Let me flip my phone around. I guess it's only one way, so let me flip my phone around so we can have it set up right. I'm gonna press fly, and we should be connected. There we go. Okay, you can see there's no lag, just a little bit. You'll get a little bit of hesitation there, but with the Android phone, like I said, it is a lot of lag, so it's pretty bad, you guys. So okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to try the point of interest and stuff like that. I just want to do a camera test and a flight test. So let me go ahead and set this down. It is getting hot out here pretty bad, so I'm going to go ahead and calibrate it by pressing that. Calibrated the drone. I'm going to do one key takeoff. Here we go. I don't know why it took a second here. Oh, I see. Looks like one of these are not clicked out all the way. Okay. Alright, let's fire it up. We're in first rate. I'm going to press up. So far, the optical flow is on. As you can see here, optical flow is working. So here is first rate. You can see it's super slow. And that's just because it's for filming, you guys. So if you are coming up to something, you want to give yourself enough time to slow down for that optical flow sensor to kick in, so you don't run into something. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press record by holding this down for a few seconds. Okay, it's flashing that it's recording now, so I should have some film going, which I'll show you the SD card. So far, on the phone itself, the Wi-Fi looks really well, you guys. So that's good. So let's give it a little flight around. That's first rate. You can see any little wind, you definitely want to stay out of wind with this one because it's not very powerful at all. Like I said, it's just for selfies. Alright, so I'm going to put in second rate. Let's try that now. Not much faster at all. So far it's still holding its altitude. And this one don't have a very far range on this. I'll have to look at it and see what the range is on that. But I'm sure it's probably only, I would say, no more than probably 30 to 50 meters, I would think. So let me put it on third rate. Third rate, it does not bank very fast. As soon as you let off, You kind of have to turn, let off, and then go forward for it to give it a pitch for some reason. So if you just turn like that, it's just going to float. But so far so good. It's real steady. And it's holding its ground really well. That's good. Yeah, not too bad. And like I said, the picture looks really clear, you guys. So there we go. Wave to the camera here. So this is definitely one that you just go, not just for beginners, but if you're a bicyclist or a jogger or something, and you're coming up somewhere where you want to take a picture, you know, you could just unfold this, get it out there, snap a shot or take a video. Kind of coming down a little bit because we've got a little bit of a breeze coming, but it picks right back up. So this thing's nice and quiet, and it seems like it does really good, and it holds its ground pretty good. Kind of gets a little bit radical when it's trying to find its positioning with that optical flow, but it'll settle back down and then it'll stay right at its point. So make it angry for a minute. And it seems to be doing pretty good. Like I said, I got a breeze coming that way. Probably only about 1, maybe 2 miles an hour. See a little bit of with the tree here. So it's not too bad. Really smooth flyer. Like I said, it's not made for speed. So this is just to take some selfies, and that's basically it, you guys. It's picking up a little bit there. The wind's picking it up. Let me bring it back down. So yeah, the wind does pick it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back down. Bring it back over to me. So definitely keep this out of the wind, you guys. No more than 2 mile an hour wind, because it will lift up and then you'll have to either emergency stop, which is pressing these two and holding them, or you'll have to go and press the automatic land, which is this button here. That way it'll bring it back down. So if it starts to get away from you, try to do automatic land, and if that doesn't work and for some reason you're out in the wind and it's starting to take it off, the only thing you can do is do emergency stop by holding these two buttons on the top down for a few seconds, and it'll cut the motors. I'll show you right here. If we hold them down, it cuts the motors out. So let me stop the film. I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing back up and snap off a couple pictures, which I'll show you at the end of the video, you guys. So, alright, let me get up here, go out a little ways. Ooh, it's getting hot. Okay, let me see if I can snap off a picture. There we go, there's one. Let me get a little closer. Okay, I'll snap off another one. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so far so good. It's not a bad little drone. Yeah, let me see what some of the other functions are. See if I can. I'm not sure, like I said, if I want to get into that and do the point of interest. You can fly this by the controller. You do have a VR mode, but I wouldn't suggest the VR mode with Wi-Fi. It's just never a good deal with that. So, but now I'm just gonna kind of do a time test and see how long this thing flies for. Like I said, you definitely got to stop and it will not bank very good at all. So I suggest to definitely start churning way before you need to. I just want to see how long it takes before it starts beeping and let me know that the battery's low. The lights should start flashing too in the front and in the rear here, so those should start flashing whenever the battery gets low. So I'm going to go over here in the shade because I am burning up. I'm going to go ahead and press record again. There we go. There, a lot better in the shade now. Oh, I got the lights flashing, so okay, lights are flashing in the back and in the front, so that means that, there we go, starting to beep. There we go. Well, let's see how long. Let me go ahead and shut off the video. See how long it goes before it automatically lands. And you can shut off optical flow sensor by holding this down. Alright, when you do that, the optical flow sensor should be off. And if it doesn't, then I would land it, then shut it off, and then that should work as well. So let me try landing it really quick before the battery goes dead. Let me shut off the optical flow. Alright, take off. Should be off now. Yep, see how it's floating now? Now the drone's floating and not holding its position. See, it's just still floating and going. That means the optical flow sensor's off. So let me turn it back on. Yeah, you need to land it first for the optical flow sensor to be turned on and off. So let me bring it back down. Okay, so you want to go ahead and hold it there. Now the battery's dead now. Okay, that was it. It's done. But anyways, you want to shut off that optical flow sensor. You need to land it first, hold the button down to turn it on or off. So now you can see I only have one light lit up instead of all three. The battery's dead, so I'll give you guys a time in just a minute. So I'll leave it up here on the screen. So anyways, you guys, I like it. It's actually a pretty good little drone. Definitely you know, use a better phone that's got like 5G Wi-Fi network. That way you get a better connection and you don't get so much lag. Okay, I just wanted to show you the Android phone really quick. This is the Stylo 3 right here, LG phone, and you can see the lag. Look how bad the lag is. Up and down. That's horrible. But with the iPhone 5 with the 5G, there's practically almost no lag at all. So I do suggest at least a 5G network because this LG phone, you could see it'd be horrible lag. So I just wanted to point that out really quick here. So this thing's extremely hot. I could feel in here, even though they got the battery nice and vented, which is nice on both sides. I could feel the battery and it is cooking in there because, like I said, it's about 96 degrees out here. So I'm sure this thing's probably 100 something degrees inside this little drone here. So alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I always appreciate you watching. Holy Stone, it's always a pleasure to review these products for you. I've always found their products to be just right on. I haven't had a problem with any of theirs. They definitely make some really good products, and I appreciate them sending this out to me. So alright guys, like always, God bless, cheers, and happy flying.